Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Azuka. Azuka lost her parents at a very tender age, so she lived with her late father's brother, Mazi Unduka, and his two daughters, Ugomma and Aduri. Right from that tender age, Azuka had always been maltreated by her uncle and his two daughters. They found every reason to beat and starve her. Azuka grew into a beautiful but sad and lonely maiden because she had no friends and no other relative to run to. One morning, as her usual routine, she took an empty pot and headed to the stream. As she walked, she cried because she had slept on an empty stomach. Her uncle accused her of stealing his money and decided to starve her as punishment. When Azuka reached the stream, she cried even more, asking the gods why they were watching her suffer and chose not to help her. At least send a good Samaritan her way who would treat her well. A beautiful young woman appeared from the water. Azuka was terrified. She made to run, but the woman told her not to run. In a trembling voice, Azuka asked the woman who she was, and the woman said her name was Mirioma, the goddess of wickedness and peace. The woman further explained that her mission was to give hope to the hopeless, peace to the disturbed, comfort to the distressed, and pain to the heartless. Azuka was speechless but terrified. Mirioma assured her that she wouldn't hurt her, that she only wanted the same thing Azuka wanted. Azuka became more confused because that was the first time she was seeing the woman. So how did she know what she wanted? The woman, seeing that Azuka was confused, plainly said revenge. With the word revenge, Azuka remembered the many times when she had wished to be in a position where she would maltreat her uncle and his two daughters the same way they had maltreated her. She indeed wanted revenge. She said she wanted revenge. The woman smiled and reminded her that she too wanted revenge. Therefore, she asked Azuka that she must promise to be loyal. Azuka nodded immediately, promising not to fail. She asked the woman what she must do for her to help her, but the woman said she would tell her after she had taken her revenge on her wicked uncle. Mirioma asked Azuka to open her mouth to receive the gift of death, and Azuka did as instructed. She felt a wave of vibration pass down her throat, and all of a sudden she felt no sadness or sorrow in her heart. All she thought of was to kill her uncle. When Azuka returned home, her uncle told her to peel some oranges for him. She did as instructed, but she poisoned the oranges. Her uncle took the oranges without a hint of suspicion, and in a few minutes he began to struggle for his life until he gave up the ghost. The following day, late at night, Azuka went to the stream happily to see the goddess and show appreciation. She saw the goddess waiting as if she knew she was coming. She told her how happy she was that she was free from her wicked uncle's maltreatment. The goddess smiled. Then she told her that it was time to carry out another revenge on her behalf. Azuka nodded, and Mirioma told her to kill the village chief priest. Azuka was a bit worried because the chief priest was a good man. He had healed a lot of people from sicknesses and had even protected many people from evil. She asked Mirioma why she wanted the chief priest dead. Her question made Mirioma angry, and she warned Azuka not to ever question her. Azuka nodded with fear as she had never seen Mirioma look so angry. She told Azuka that she must not fail to kill the chief priest the following day. The following day, at a quiet sunny afternoon, Azuka arrived at the chief priest's hut. She saw him sitting alone quietly at his shrine and felt it was a good time to strike him down. But before she could even move an inch, the chief priest turned around to face her. He had sensed the presence of evil. He called her an agent of evil spirits and asked her what she wanted. Instead of replying him, Azuka made to strike him, but she suddenly felt weak and she fell to the ground. The chief priest went closer to her and did some powerful incantations to cleanse her from the evil spirit that possessed her. After the evil spirit had left her body, Azuka fainted. She woke up on an old mat in a hut that was not hers. She looked around and saw the chief priest sitting a few feet away, and she realized that she was at the chief priest's hut. The chief priest, who saw that she had woken up, began to tell her a story. He said that a few years back, the villagers worshipped Imirioma, and once a year, they would kill a male virgin and a female virgin and spill their blood in the river, all in the name of sacrifice. The people upheld this tradition until the chief priest came to the village and saw it as a barbaric and inhuman act. So he did a powerful incantation that restricted Mirioma from leaving the river to harm anyone in the village. After that, he began to tell people to stop going to that particular river to pray because they would be possessed by Mirioma. He said it was difficult opening the eyes of the people to see the evil Mirioma was actually committing on them, but he succeeded and no one said any form of prayer by the riverside again. Azuka's thought raised, trying to remember if she said any prayer at the river. Then she remembered when she cried and prayed for the gods to send a good Samaritan who would treat her well. Azuka broke down in tears for letting her anger take a better part of her. She began to regret killing her uncle. She began to feel that no matter what, she should not have killed him. She should have run away or think of other plans to free herself from his maltreatment instead of wishing to be in a position where she would maltreat him. The chief priest told her to wipe her tears, that there was no need for regret because her uncle deserved what he got. Azuka was slightly shocked about how the chief priest knew that she was thinking of her uncle. She became scared that she would be punished for the crime. The chief priest told her again to wipe her tears, that her uncle deserved what he got. He revealed that it was her uncle who had killed her parents to claim their land, and Azuka was shocked. From that day, Azuka lived with the chief priest as his daughter. He took care of her and taught her many good things.